Welcome, Pagan crafters. In today's video, a witchy twist on Santa's hats. I'm taking a simple wooden witch hat ornaments and transforming them into a festive Santa hat inspired decorations with a cozy witchy edge. It's a playful holiday craft that blends hand-painted details, seasonal charm, and little creative mischief. So grab something warm to drink, settle in, and let's start crafting. So for today's craft supplies, let's grab some paint, let's grab some brushes, some ribbon, some bells, some pom-poms, some little wooden cutouts, and let's paint them all red. Now, these wooden cutouts are very thirsty, so it did take me 2 coats per side. And I found the 2 coats gave it more of a solid feel. You saw less brush strokes, and I think it looks super sharp that way. Now, almost have them all done here, making a mess, of course. That's why I got down. Oh my gosh, that's why I got down some good layers there. Now I've cut out some beautiful little white lace, and I thought doing a little trim around the hat would look really festive and, you know what, kind of cute. Give it a little bit more of a vintage flavor, an old world flavor with the lace on there. Let's go for it. So after we got all that done, I think what I'm going to do is I need to discover something that I could use for a buckle. So while I'm pondering that, I will finish these up. I think these are going to look great. So here they are. Now, I found something that could work as buckles. We're going to use some pentacle charms, but I don't want to see the little hook loop on them. So I'm just going to use some wire cutters to nip off those. Now, I'm not using my craft wire cutters. I decided to use something a little bit more solid and more industrial. And I used some Gorilla Glue gel super glue, so it gives it some texture to rock into. I only had 4 pom-poms the size that I wanted, so I grabbed also 4 different bells, and let's glue that on. Yes, I think the pom-poms are gonna look fabulous. I think it gives a total Santa hat flavor. But again, I only had 4 of them for the size that I wanted. So I'm going to have to deal with that. And we're going to use some bells on the top. But that's cool. Give it kind of a little, I don't know, a little gnome kind of witchy flavor with the bells. Now I do wind up gluing on the bells as well, which lucked out. The tip of the hat fit absolutely perfect into the back of the bell. So I'm trying to figure out a way to let those cool down, that glue, without making a mess or getting glue all over. But I do use quite a generous amount to hold those little bells in. And like I said, they just slide in perfectly. So 4 of each. Now next step, I'm going to add a little bit of a white trim. Doesn't need to be anything too perfect because we're going to add some sparkles over top of that. You can make this as thin or as thick as you wish for this line. I'm just going to go with a finer line. Give it kind of like, what if this hat, would you wear this hat? Yes, I would. A witchy Santa hat. But I think I wouldn't want a big fluffy brim because that would bring it out a little bit different flavor that I'm feeling for Santa's hat here, or a witchy claws hat. So I can't even talk here. I'm gonna lay down the white on all the hat trims here, and then I'm gonna let that dry for a short amount of time. It's not going to take very long at all for this white paint to dry. And then next, now that that's dry, we're going to grab some Mod Podge. Now the Mod Podge is going to dry nice and clear, and we're going to use some sparkles. So doesn't need to be anything too fancy. You don't need to be so perfect when laying down the glue. Just get it in there. It's going to dry clear anyway. But where you lay your glue is where your sparkles are going to be. So random pom-pom in there. I found this giant sparkle bottle at the local thrift store for like $3 only. So the pom-pom's going to live in there. I don't know why he's in there, but I just opened this up for the first time. So it's been closed. But random pom-pom decided to be put in there, and it's going to live there until I run out of sparkles. And that's fine with me. So sprinkle this on like a little salt and pepper, and let that dry for a little bit. Shake that off. And it's perfect. Just a little bit of sparkle number. A little bit of glimmer of the belt buckle that we made into our little pentacle for our, not our belt buckle, but the buckle for the hat. And there's one with a pom-pom and one with a bell. Which one is your favorite, pom-pom or bell? Throw me down in the comments below. Well, thanks so very much for spending this creative time with me and for watching a witchy twist on Santa's hat come together. I love taking simple wooden pieces and giving them new life with paint, texture, and a bit of seasonal personality. I hope this project inspired you to try your own version, maybe a seasonal twist for you. If you enjoyed this craft, your likes, comments, and shares truly help support pagan crafting and keep this creative space growing. If you made it this far, throw me down a Santa emoji. Until next time, happy crafting.